Hello everyone, this is Smashratha from DNN. I hope you all are having a wonderful week. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
And this is D Storm. We are back to cover the trial of the century. Today, I believe the court will deal with the first charge, which is shirk. Smash Rather, what is the meaning of this word, shirk?
Shirk will get you killed in Islam. Away with your head. Gone. Shirk is when someone worships a god other than Allah or associates another entity with God in worship.
Smash Rather, I somehow think we are both included in that group of shirk, according to the Islamic understanding. Let's go to the court. They are about to begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back today to begin the proceedings of the trial. The charge which is presented by the prosecution today is the defendant is accused of shirk. Thou shalt not have other gods. Will the defendant please stand?
الله هو أكبر. والله أقسم بالله أني أنا رسول الله ونبي. الله هو أكبر. Aisha. 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 Send me the mother of the believers. Bom bom. My favorite dish. الله أكبر.
Your Honor, apologies are in order. My client does not understand the norms of a civil society.
Any more outbursts from your client and he will be held in contempt. Let us come to order here. Would the prosecution start the proceedings?
Oh, wow. The judge is not taking any chances with the thug of Arabia.
Your Honor. Number 1, Quran 1779 reads, "And keep vigil with it during parts of the night." As an extra prayer. Perhaps your Lord will raise you to a laudable position. Al-Qurtubi Part 10 page 308. Explains that intercession for people on the day of resurrection is by Muhammad. It was also narrated on the authority of Mujahid in this verse. He said Allah makes him sit on the throne. Muhammad has a high exalted view of himself. 2. Narrated Abu Huraira when Allah's messenger was asked when the office of prophet had been established for him. He replied, when Adam had not yet had his spirit joined to his body. Al-Tirmidhi. Hadith, number 1516. Surat 33:56-57. Surely Allah and His angels pray on the Prophet. O you who believe! Pray on him and salute him with a becoming salutation. Those who annoy Allah and His apostle, Allah has cursed them in this world and in the hereafter, and has prepared for them a humiliating punishment. Quran Surah 9. 294. Fight those who believe not in God and the last day and do not forbid what God and His messenger have forbidden. Such men as practice not the religion of truth, being of those who have been given the book, until they pay the tribute out of hand and have been humbled. Your Honor. This is the first part. My colleague will continue.
Your Honor, Mohammed companion Malik ibn Sinan drank his blood on the day of Uhud and licked it up. The Prophet allowed him to do that and then said, "The fire will not touch you." 2. Something similar occurred when Abdullah ibn al-Zubair drank cupped blood. Also a woman drank some of his urine. He told her, "You will never complain of a stomachache." Sahih al-Bukhari. Volume 3, Book 50, number 891. By Allah, whenever Allah's apostle spat, the spittle would fall in the hand of one of them, i.e., the Prophet's companions, who would rub it on his face and skin. If he ordered them, they would carry his orders immediately. If he performed ablution, they would struggle to take the remaining water. And when they spoke to him, they would lower their voices and would not look at his face constantly out of respect. Your Honor. In Islam, there are 2 testifications of faith. Without them, one cannot become a Muslim. The 2 testifications of faith are, I testify that no one is God except Allah, and I testify that Muhammad is the Prophet of God. Muhammad is integral to Muslim beliefs. In conclusion, in the mind of the defendant, Muhammad, and his followers, he is considered to be of a very high status and often equal with God or even higher. Your Honor, the defendant is given a higher name than Allah, Muhammad, which means the praised one, while Allah is given the lesser name, Mahmud, which is praiseworthy. I will let the court determine which is higher.
If all these charges are true, I will require the assistance of the World Health Organization and the CDC. In case there is any of his followers in jail, they may like to continue the same unhealthy rituals.
Oh my, we haven't even begun yet, and I'm already hearing that a few people have started throwing up in the courtroom. My, oh my.
The judge allowed a 15-minute recess for the cleanup crew to clean and sanitize the courtroom.
This is the first time in my judicial career that I heard such facts. But the evidence is admissible since both the prosecution and the defense are both in agreement. Would the defense please proceed?
1. Your Honor, both the day of resurrection and the throne are metaphorical allusions and they don't mean a literal throne or day of resurrection. 2. Muhammad Rasul Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, was present in the mind of Allah. When we read before Adam, it means Allah have thought of Muhammad then. Your Honor, I would like to introduce this next witness scholar, Muhammad Flabs, with a short testimony.
For goodness sake, somebody put a shirt on this guy.
We have tried our best, Your Honor. There is no suitable sizes for him.
Allah says that Allah yusalli ala nabi, and he's here saying that he prays to the Prophet. There's a difference between yusalli lahu and yusalli ala in the Arabic language. I knew I was going to have to give you a free Arabic lesson here today. I knew it. And that's why the translators put for, not to the Prophet. For, not to the Prophet. For, not to the Prophet.
Your Honor, for the issue of urine drinking, it is proven that is scientifically beneficial. We have also scholar Dr. Zakir Naik, an expert on the lower body extremities.
Now, what is the explanation that can be given? We know after we do research that since several centuries ago, there are various researches which confirm that there are various benefits for the human being in drinking camel's urine. It contains potassium and albuminous proteins. It also contains traces of uric acid and sodium as well as creatine. According to the research done by Dr. Abdul Fattah Mahmood Idris, he says that the urine of the camel can be used in treatments of certain skin diseases.
Your Honor, this hadith is basically weak, not sahih. When Muhammad forbade a thing, he did so in the human sense and not divine. On the issue of drinking blood by Malik ibn Sinan, this kafir was a Nasara then. The Prophet allowed him to do so, because he is one of the people of fire. Your Honor, for the issue of urine drinking, it is proven that is scientifically beneficial.
Without any biases, I admit I am learning some strange things about Islam as we go, and yes, every defendant is innocent till proven guilty. This court will adjourn until next Monday.
What despicable and horrendous atrocities this man has committed. How can anyone follow such a man?
Oh wow, I agree. And yes, how can people in their right minds follow this man except if they were forced to? People nowadays have no excuse since there are a plethora of information about Islam. Let's listen to such a follower, Abdul Patel.
Allahu Akbar, BCM Allahu Al-Rahman Al-Rahim. Today we saw how Muhammad, PBUH, is the best of all mankind. He is the seal of the prophets. In Quran Surat Al-Najm 3, 4 and 5. Nor does he speak of his own whims. It is only a revelation sent down to him. He has been taught by one angel of mighty power. Alhamdulillah. Sadqa Allahu Al-Azim.
Wait, what? I'm about to lose it with this Abdul. How does any of what he said have any relation to what just transpired in court? Was he even following the trial?
I'm as puzzled as you are. But if we find another expert Do you think it will be any different? Anyhow, thank you for joining with us tonight. And until next week, peace and blessings.